Hello guys, and today's Friday, the day that most of the market participants await during the week, because this is when most of the swaps get back to zero. This is when we change swaps from negative to positive. This is when market makers are looking to reduce their positions on the book and so on. So the liquidity, yes, shrinks itself, but not today, my friends, not today, because tonight at 10 p.m. on Friday, yes, on a Friday, Jerome Powell will be giving a speech on the Jackson Hole Symposium. Sorry, I don't know how to say this. I'm gonna have to read it. Symposium, something like that, all right? Something around those lines. So yeah, so Jerome Powell will be giving a speech tonight for us, and the big question that comes to mind is he addressing the inflation? Is he addressing unemployment rate? Is he addressing the rate cuts? What are the rate cuts expectations from Jerome Powell? So this is why is everyone expecting for the tonight speech from Jerome Powell. And another thing is that we just had this morning the CPI from Japan. All right, I was just looking at the economic calendar, and it came in as expected at 2.7% from the previous of 2.6%. That's the core CPI, and the national CPI month over month came in at 0.2%. No expectations and no previous, so we don't know. But in line, I would say, with what was the market expecting, because yes, Japanese yen did strengthen a little bit, but nothing on a crazy side. All right, now let's get into it, because I did make a blog this morning talking about this Friday, talking about tonight Jackson Hole Symposium from Jerome Powell. But anyway, so let's talk about this. But before we start, please give us a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to the channel, send this content to your friends, and if you have any questions, just put down in the description of this video. In the comments of this video. And make sure, all right, because if you were unable to watch yesterday's webinar, then go into the ACY YouTube channel and look at the replay that we've just posted this morning. All right, guys, there we have it. Okay, so that's the first event. We're gonna have the Jerome Powell addressing at the Jackson Hole Symposium, and it's gonna be at 10 p.m. tonight. 10 p.m. should start at 10 p.m. tonight. Okay, so there is three most important focus area, and then the monetary policy direction, the economic conditions and outlook, and third, but then last, the historical significance. All right, so the first one is the monetary policy direction. So when Powell's speech is always about the monetary policy, all right, so the market will be watching and waiting for something, at least a little bit, because we all know that already is priced in for 25 base points cut. Well, but that's not true. We know that yes, they may start to cut in September, as we had on last Monday. The chair from the, sorry, not the chair, one of the participants, Bullock or something like that. I can't remember his name very sure. But anyway, so he was talking about, yes, it is time to start to cut the rates. So now we want to hear from Jerome Powell to have that confirmation, that bias, that yes, the US dollar is becoming dovish, is becoming bearish. And I want to listen to Jerome Powell saying this, so I know that they will start to cut next month. Now, the second thing is, if they start to cut next month, how much they will cut, 25 or 50? Because the market is impartial, because some people think, some market participants are looking to 50 base points cut, some market participants are looking to 25 base points cut. What is happening here? Okay, now the second part is the economic conditions, and now Powell is likely, I will read what I say because it was so beautiful to write this. So Powell is likely provide an assessment of the current economic landscape in the US, of course, focusing on key indicators such as the inflation trend, labor market conditions, and the economic growth, the GDP, okay, gross domestic product. So these are the other three economic data points that we need to pay attention when Jerome Powell will be speaking tonight. all right? Now, if he says that inflation is under control and they're thinking to reduce the inflation numbers by next month or next year or something around that's very close to date, then this is, yes, very good, but very bearish for the US dollar. Now, if they say the opposite, that inflation is not under control, we need to keep watching the data, then it's more than neutral. If anything comes from outside his mouth as data dependent, take this as neutral, all right? And of course, the last but not least, labor market. How is the labor market going up? How is the labor market going on? Is it good? Is it bad? Because it's still with 4.2% unemployment rate. So it's still not on historical levels, but it's pretty high when you look at it, the numbers, right? Now, the last one is the historical significance this event always have had, right? So Powell previous his speech at Jackson Hole have historically had profound impacts on the financial market. So for instance, in 2022, his emphasis on the need for restrictive monetary policy lead to a sharp market volatility. And this pretty much underscore us the significance and the influence because on his words and what he say, what comes out of his mind, what his mouth as well, over the investor expectations, all right? So I don't want to extend much myself, but I'm expecting somewhere bearish to neutral from the US dollar, bullish to neutral from the US dollar tonight, all right? Maybe what he say is not bullish, but it will react in some bullish way, all right? Because even if he say that they may not look to cut September, then this is very bullish for the US dollar. But if he says that, yes, we may cut in September, then if it's a 25 basis point cut, somewhat bullish to neutral, all right? So I hope I helped because yes, this is a very, very important event that's going to happen tonight at 10 p.m. So I hope you're going to be tuning in the live of YouTube. You can just type there, Jerome Powell giving his speech or addressing in the Jackson Hole Symposium, something like that. And you'll be able to watch it live from your house. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have all a great weekend ahead and I see you in the next week. If you have any questions, put down in the comments. Otherwise, thumbs up on this video, share this content with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you guys, bye-bye.